Before we get started, I know we talked a little bit about Antonio. We've been friends with him for over 20 years. He's affected so many people's lives, and it really is not the same without him standing up here in the ring and hyping up these fans and getting everybody involved. So we put together a little video for you, Antonio, and we'll play it right now.
For fight fans watching around the world and here in attendance in Dallas, Texas, baby. Gas Monkey Live, the Arlington backyard.
You know, the more that you didn't know, the worse the situation got. Just because you're just questions unanswered or whatever.
The fact that he was in an actual critical situation, that he could possibly die, you know, that he'd already lost part of his leg and things like that, you know, it's pretty shocking, you know. And at first, I think for me, it was kind of like, is this real?
That was tough. When I was like, okay, find out you have to meet the chaplain, and then you find out that the highway's closed for an accident, like you think of the worst.
This was a situation where he was still with us, but there was a chance he was going to die.
We just had to wait. It was just a waiting game. I got a call from my brother, and he said, hey man, usually when family member, somebody calls like late at night, I don't know why, just you get that crazy feeling. Got that call on January 6th, and Chris is like, Antonio's been in an accident.
Thomas called me, you know, and Thomas and Al text once in a while, and it usually just kind of funny, silly stuff and checking in on each other because we've all known each other for so long. He called me and he goes, hey, just to let you know that Antonio was in a really bad motorcycle accident. Thomas, you know, had been up there the whole time pretty much. I think that night when he got up there and everything had been going on, you know, it was one of those situations where it was kind of unbelievable. I didn't really know how to process it at the moment. I know I ended up praying and crying a lot after it kind of hit me and the realization of it. When I started praying, I think that's when it really started to hit me.
When we got into the waiting room at the ER, this was in Dallas Methodist, we were just waiting, you know, it felt like forever, you know, and they couldn't tell us, and the chaplain would go back there and they'd be like, the doctor's coming out because you know, you just don't know.
You know, you hear about these things all the time. You watch the news, and the news is probably the worst thing that you can watch these days because it's just nothing but bad news. But you almost never expect to hear it about somebody you know and you love.
This was late at night. I had called my family, and I called some of our close friends, Antonio's close friends and stuff, and just to let them know. And then we got to see him for the first time.
You know, and it was pretty encouraging fairly quickly after that. You know, Thomas had let me know that, you know, he was on a ventilator and whatnot, but that he was conscious and he was communicating, you know, roughly, but he was. And I think that was a very encouraging thing considering how soon after the accident happened that, you know, like I said, that he was awake and conscious and communicating. So that was a pretty big deal. But yeah, the initial shock, I think, kind of caught me and my family completely off guard. Like it did everybody, but processing it is always crazy thing for anyone.
But seeing him at that point, you know, it just makes you think about everything, and you think, why would this happen to one of the greatest people that you know?
So Antonio's recovery has been absolutely amazing. I mean, for somebody that spent, you know, almost 2 months in the hospital, between the ICU and moving him to different floors and everything, the doctor saying what a incredible recovery it's been for him, and how strong he's coming back from all this is so encouraging and so uplifting, but not surprising. If anybody knows Antonio, they know that Antonio is just strong-willed and strong spirit.
Antonio's the best, I believe he's the best announcer in the game. Like, I think he's amazing, and you know, he's the center of the cage is his spot, and until he tells me he wants to quit or he tells me he's done or whatever, no one's going to take that spot in the center of that cage. So May 26th right here at Texas Live, we want to do a benefit for Antonio to help cover some of the cost of his rehab and his therapy and everything. So we love everybody to come out, and I'm hoping that's Antonio, you know, through his strength, his mental strength and his physical strength. We're hoping that May 26th will be his first time back inside this cage right here at Texas Live. And it's gonna be a night to remember, and this one will be for Antonio.
Antonio, this is your boy Lance. Get your ass off the couch. That couch is too big and too soft. You need to get to the gym. We need to put some sides back on you, and we need to get you back out to XKO and walking and talking and just bugging the crap out of us in the best way possible. That is you, man. We love you, bro, and we know you'll be back with us in every capacity before too long.
Antonio, I love you. I can't wait to see you back in the XKO cage, to do what you love to do, and inspire the people around you. I can't wait to see you back, brother. I love you, and let's rock this.
Arlington, Texas! XKO fans, my name is Lance, and it is my absolute honor to reintroduce Antonio Perkins for a special announcement for XKO. So get your ass up and give him the applause he deserves. Antonio Perkins! You know, it's been 2 months, 3 months, and in 20 years, I've never missed an event. I've never not been in the cage. Sitting in ICU, watching it from a laptop, I knew how much I missed it, but being here, feeling it, hearing it, May 27th, we're gonna come back strong. I cannot tell you how much I love you, how much this support, not only from the 6'6" man holding me up, because this left leg is not very strong. Fight fans, welcome to XKO, here in the Arlington backyard at the one and only Texas Live! Fight fans, let's go!